Hello everyone and welcome to Sydney's northern beaches. We are at Manly Oval where I smell the sea breeze all around the pine trees, DY and Kirkle just up the road, and coincidentally this, the last venue where Stephen Hoyles took to the field when you went down and playing for Randwick against Manly. How's it feel being back here at the Village Green?
Mate, it's a nice place to play some NRC rugby. Conditions are good, a little bit windy, a little bit cold, but I think the guys here are going to have a good night.
And we've got some really good lineups to take to the field tonight as well. The North Harbour Rays coming off an upset win last week over in Perth against the Spirit, and they've just got a great mix, don't they, Halsey, of flash out wide and muscle up front.
Yeah, they're playing on the underdog status as well, and I think they're a side that's, they had a great win last week, and this week is a big challenge against a really experienced Super Rugby side in the Rising.
The clash of the back rows is going to be so key tonight, isn't it? I mean, we've got youngsters coming through with the Rays in the form of Dempsey, Killingworth and Ward up against Fayanga. You've got Geordie Reid there and Fuglasola, the captain as well. How much do you think that will have an impact on the outcome tonight?
Well, the Rays back row is one of their strengths, so they're coming up against a very experienced back row, but I do believe the Rays can rise the challenge. Back rowers love playing against big names, and that's what the Rays get the opportunity to do tonight.
Well, we can't wait to get stuck into it. Let's get a word now with both captains.
The Manly team up here, they're a strong team, they're a strong counter-attacking team, and they've a really good maul, and it's going to be a tough battle every game this year so far, and by all means in the future it's going to be a really close game. Compared to last season, there was a lot of blowouts, but I think as the more the competition settles in, I think the games and the competitiveness is going to get closer, and it's going to prove to be a great comp.
The competition is fantastic. It's fantastic for rugby, and I suppose the thing is it's important, especially for the clubs in Sydney, because those players that don't probably get the next level experience are getting that. So we even found this year with a lot of our boys that played in the NRC last year, when they came back to club rugby this year, they were a lot better footballers, and I suppose they're more prepared for the competition to come this year. So that's a plus for rugby all round, and it's definitely strengthening our team.
Well, the North Harbour Rays have lost one, won one, and they take on the Melbourne Rising tonight, who are coming off a last start loss against Brisbane City, where they gave up the Horan Little Shield. So that's sitting up in Ballymore right now, and Stephen Hoyles, a bit of a deluge, a couple of about 20 minutes or so back, has kind of put a bit of a clamp on the crowd, but the field looks ready to roll.
Yeah, it's one of the more popular fields in Sydney, Sean, Manly Oval. As Scotty Fuglasola leads the Rising out onto the field, it's a strong forward pack, it's a strong team. A back row of Geordie Reid, a Manly boy, Scott Fuglasola and Colby Fayanga. That's their strength, that's what they look to take on the Rays tonight.
Yeah, they'll be smarting after going down last week. They really will. The Melbourne Rising, they have never lost away from home, and when you've got the class of Debrasini and Lloyd Johansson as well, and the number 12 Jonah Placid from the back, and Sparky's team, and Jack Debrasini, the all-time leading point scorer in the NRC. And here is the home team, the North Harbour Rays, sponsored by Macquarie University, and they have got themselves a real old head there in the number 5 jersey, number 2 as well.
Yeah, Luke Holmes, captain, playing hooker, and Cam Treloar. He was an original Ray back in 2007, played for the Country Eagles last year, and he joins back up with the Rays this year. He's just recently joined the police force, I believe.
Dempsey and Killingworth will be looking to link up with some of the flyers from the North Harbour Rays. Reece Hodge, how about this for a terrific story? Came through the Shoot Shield as one of the Manly Marlins' shining lights, and subsequently was picked up by the Melbourne Rebels. He's locked and loaded, good to go down at Amy Park for the next 2 years. So he'll be playing alongside a number of his opponents tonight. Next year, our referee tonight is Michael Hogan, as the little Zephyr drifts in off Manly Beach. Great to have you on board with us for Thursday night Bill Corp NRC action. The little hand says it's time to rock and roll on the northern beaches in Sydney, and right off the bat that's knocked forward, and that's all taken place right in front of the keen eye of former Wallaby and Super Rugby champion Rod Kafer. What's doing, Kafe?
Good spot.
Well, Halsey, I can only guess that Kafe's on the long walk out from the hospitality tent to his sideline position here at Manly Oval. We'll check back in a couple of minutes.
Set.
Good early scrum from the Rising as they lock it down. Just a little extra weight. Megan clears for Debrasini, and it's a nice place to launch their opening raid here in Manly, and that pass goes to hand. A couple of late changes too. Looks like Sam Jeffries has started for the Rising. The man they call a big red rebel, that comes loose, and we'll go back to the initial knock on Stephen Hoyles.
No advantage, Kane. Yeah, a little bit of a scrappy start from both teams. Good kick-off by Debrasini, put it up high. The Rays get their first opportunity. Bit of push and shove on the sideline. Taking a couple of minutes. Not much happened so far.
Here we go. Set them up.
Take two. Rod Cafe, you found your seat, Cafe?
I'm all good, mate. It's technical
Nice.
hitch down here, Shorty. Technical.
Yeah, no dramas. Grassroots. What do you make of the deck?
Beautiful. I mean, if God had put an oval in the Garden of Eden, it would have looked just like this one, Shawnee, I'm sure. It's beautiful, minus the cricket pitch probably in the middle, but it's a beautiful deck. It's a great place to play rugby and fast track as well.
Adam and Eve perhaps taking a couple of shots at goal together as Holmes goes in and digs it out, and they'll crash midfield via Tom Hill. He's a handful, Tom Hill. Big rangy centre, and he hits hard in defence as well. So want to keep an eye on tonight. The lawyer, Tom Hill, and this is a nice charge from Placid. Hefty fullback for the Rising, but he's coughed it up, and now Holmes will just tuck it in short as the Rays work it up the Wimbledon side of the field in reference to the tennis courts. Manly tennis centre there on the far touchline as Fuglesall goes looking for the turnover. Short ball there. Good line there for Ward, and picking and going again is Hill. Frees a pass up beautifully there for Mitch Lewis. Good start in the slippery conditions from the Rays. Look to be from the side there, the Rising, as they truck it up in tight.
Turnover's good.
Flat ball there too. Billy Gittow, who stands in the tackle. Another to come through the Manly club. Quality early charge. Holmes fires a pass across to his runners on the outside. Terrific patience this from the Rays as they dabble in tight. Pick and go, and that'll be a try, surely, to the captain, Luke Holmes.
Knocked it on, but have a look. Yeah, okay.
So James Leckie, our assistant referee, Stephen Hall, says, let's have a little look-see, and we'll go to our TMO. What were your thoughts initially?
Yeah, it looked like, it, to me, he got it down. But
Stu, we have a look at that,
prior to
please.
this, it was about 9 or 10 phases of really good play from the Rays. Pick and drive up the middle. You've seen so often in this competition that sides are finding some space in and around the ruck, and the Rays have identified that. Here goes Luke Holmes. Does he get it on the line? Yeah, unlikely, it looks like, from there.
Pretty sure we'll be scrum to you guys.
Just the hand there from the opposite number. Pat Liafa, Rod Cafer coming around and jarring it loose. It looked good initially.
Well, getting the decision now.
Yeah, go George. Knock on, 5 metre scrum. Thank you.
No try, Shawnee.
No try. It's been
Had
lost.
the great privilege of sitting down here sideline with George Ayub, watching the master at work. Calls it correctly, James Leckie. Also got the call right. He's had a very busy week with the online chess tournaments James Leckie's been participating in all week, so lucky to have him here tonight. Great thrill to have him on the touchline.
Oh, you talk all-star online chess players, those boots near side, the boots of James Leckie, you're looking at a top-line player. And George Ayub, he's spent many a year refereeing in the middle here at Manly Oval, so he's used to calling the shots too, as Fanger clears across to Lloyd Johansson. They just crash it now. Debrasini looking to get around the tackle of Tom Hill. He sizes it up, goes again. That comes loose. Perhaps ripped away, and now a chance. No, we will go back. Ripped out was the call, I thought, to begin with, and then it was gone back for the knock-on.
Yeah, it'll be a scrum to the Rays. Can you say hello to George Ayub for me, Rod? Former English teacher of mine in Year 8 at Waverley College.
He's got a lot to answer for, Cave.
Yeah, well, I'll make mention of that to George. He had said before the commentary halls that you were his worst student ever. So
not the first teacher to have said that, Rod.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, time's on now, guys. Let's go.
Anyway, good build-up here so far for the Rays. They're playing into the breeze. There is a bit of a breeze blowing to that far right corner as you look at the screen. I was surprised Jack Debrasini didn't put it onto the big right boot and get his team out of there moments before.
It's a wide scrum. Hide on set, guys. On set. Yeah, hide up on set. Yeah. Here we go. That's it. Sit, looks. Hands. Gotcha. Crouch. Bind. Set.
So here come the Rays. Good field position to launch this attacking raid from as Angus takes it to the line. Hill's hit hard, big dumping tackle there coming from his opposite, Johansson. Here's a silky flat ball from Holmes, goes across to Hodge. Hodge clears it back. That's great work from the Rays fullback. Lewis. They've enjoyed all the territory early on, have the North Harbour Rays, the home team, looking to strike first.
Solid defence there from the Rising on Lawrence Hunting. They lined him up, pushed him back a couple of metres, and Luke Holmes delivers to Sam Ward.
Liafa, he doesn't miss them. We've got all of Sam Ward, who is a dangerous ball runner. So too is Holmes. On this occasion, he goes to Angus, who in turn shovels it on to Billy Gaitau. The weight comes.
Still advantage.
Only advantage coming for the Rays. Holmes again, and that one is taken on the bounce on the far side by Justin Davis. Excellent face play, spinning out of the initial tackle was Mark Johnson. Popped it up beautifully to Boyd Killingworth. And that's his third try in 2 games. If you don't mind, the Rays are on the board first.
And we spoke about the back row of the Rays, didn't we, Sean? Again, the second time they've held the ball for more than 8 or 9 phases. The big threat coming from the Rising is their breakdown work, but the Rays have been very accurate there. And the hit and rip here from the second round offload straight away to Boyd Killingworth. The Ringer Rats flanker gets his 3rd try in just his 2nd game.
Halsey, what's been impressive has been Josh Holmes' delivery from scrum half. Some great flat passes, bringing his runners into the ball. We've seen 5 or 6 of them. Just really flat, no depth on them at all. Players coming at pace and busting the line.
Yeah, they had advantage a couple of times there, Rod, and a player like Josh Holmes, he really enjoys the opportunity to play with advantage, and he connects well with players like his brother and Reece Hodge, and as you said, he was threatening the ruck defence of 1, 2 and 3 there and had the Rising on the heels.
Boyd Killingworth from the Warringah Rats just up the road. And as mentioned, 3 tries, 2 games for the open side. Scrappy again from the restart for the Rays, but no damage done. Yes, Kate.
It's a beautiful kick-off from Jack Debrasini. I know he's got the benefit of kicking it off the cricket pitch, so he's getting a good bounce off a length as he drops the ball. But that drop kick is sky high. It's coming straight down. That's 2 great kickoffs from him, really putting the Rays under pressure. Great to see it executed so well there by Jack Debrasini. Unlucky, many people thinking that he's on the cusp of opportunities at a higher level with the Wallabies. He's, I think, going to be a great player for the future. Still a young man with plenty of capability.
And we hadn't heard much about him at all, Rod, until this time last year. The NRC really springboarded him into Super Rugby for the Rebels this season.
Yeah, question marks early on over his physicality, but has added that to his game.
Home shapes up the near side, then goes back to Angus, who will kick high and launch here through Leo Taliu, and he's Reid on the charge. Former Manly junior, seen plenty of blades of grass on this tech. This much better for the Rising, but just as we say that, the pass out of the hand of Taliu misses the man and goes right on into touch. Angus goes on quickly, goes deep. Josh Holmes, he loves this open field type of situation, and just looking to link up there, it's an uncommon pass into the hip there of Northam, and then Fanger just bumped off Holmes, and Reid got scrappy with it, and gee, that was asking a touch of Alex Northam on the outside, wasn't it?
Yeah, when you play with a guy like Josh Holmes, you've got to be prepared for that, because as you said, he loves the open field running, he loves counter-attack, that's his strength. And he found his way to a 2-on-1 for Alex Northam, but just put it on his hip. Colby Fanger did very well there.
Nice 5.
Breeze picking up a bit down here. Hard to get out of this corner of the field. The high ball, the contestable kick's a good one. Needs a good chase, though. It's difficult to take them when it's a little bit blustery like this.
So the Breeze running left to right. Cave, have I got that right from where you are down on the sideline there?
Spot on, mate.
Classic nor'easter.
Is it?
Normally a bit later in the year, the nor'easter kicks in of an afternoon night here on the beaches, but such has been the weather of late. She's here early. Where else would you be?
You're out in the water today, Shawnee, you tell me?
Caught a couple of waves, put some toes on the nose. Took a couple of backhand turns up at Queenscliff.
Set.
Meehan feeds, and now they just lock it down, looking to keep the Rays back rowers pinned in, and this is much better. Opening up for a touch there is Masters. Goes to his wing buddy, Illy. Stacey Illy. Here comes a big red rebel, Sam Jeffries. Takes 2 to put him to the turf. Advantage gone. Pat Liafa does well to get the pass away. Great build up this from the Rising. The footwork there is terrific from Vili Tati. Going inside and getting oh so close are the Rising. Liafa. Inches short. Reid plays scrum half and tosses it across to Debrasini, skips out of one, and great handling there from the big Swede. Lloyd Johansson goes in under the black dot. It's 8-5, the Rays leading the Rising.
Some really good lead-up work here by Jack Debrasini. Got on the outside of his defender, and Lloyd Johansson, he juggled it, but he caught it a couple of metres out, and the sheer size of the man, you're not going to stop him. Here goes Debrasini on the outside of Tyson Davies. Lloyd juggles it. Cambridge Law comes over, but he can't stop Lloyd Johansson, and not many will, Sean.
Well, we mentioned him as being the big Swede, a nickname given by Rod Kafer. Explain it to us, would you please, Rod?
You can spell his last name, Shawnee, I'm sure. He's a big, powerful man, obviously. Former Wallaby, played quite a few years ago, and has been a great player for the Rebels, and of course the Rising here as a key man in their squad. Powerful guy, of course, takes the ball forward in that midfield for the Rising, but deft skills, as you just saw then.
All locked up, 8 apiece, 15 gone. Angus gets us back underway. Taken there by Steve Cummins. Across to Reid, now Debrasini, a couple of their big name players working in tandem here. This good work across to Taliu. Nice leg drive in the tackle. Steals a couple extra metres, and Debrasini again. Flat ball there to Faenga. Debrasini. Now, nice little layoff on the inside from Cummins. This good build-up from Masters. Finds the skipper, Fuglestorler. Meehan, good quick peel this for the Rising. Debrasini loops it across to Liafa. Now the runners are queuing up down the left-hand touchline. Taliu again involved, and they've just caught the chalk.
That's some really nice play from the Rising. Second chance they've had to run from their own end, and they've taken it. Nice inside ball here from Steve Cummins. And they march all up to the 25-metre. Line out, 10 out.
Up goes Jeffries. Fuglestorler with it, trapped at the back. Offside is Cam Treloar, and referee O'Hagan says a Rising. You've won the penalty there, and no doubt the shout here will be kick to touch.
Yeah, penalty against Cam Treloar there. He'll be disappointed with himself, a man of the law. And he sneaks up the side of that maul. He got a warning, and he was probably a little bit late to react. They take the option again. I dare say they'll be setting up another line-out maul from here, the Rising.
Up goes Jeffries, the ever-reliable line-out jumper for the Rising. And again, Fuglestorler with it at the back. Reid peels off with the assistance of Faenga. The Rays do well to shut it down initially, and now they charge on the visitors. Jeffries. And Reid reaching, and Reid surely scoring.
Time's off.
Well, what's the shout here? We've already called on the services of TMO. George Ayub, what's your
have a look at that.
shout this
Is there
time
any
around,
reason
Stephen
not to award a
Hoyles?
try? I believe there is a grounding there, but I want to check. Thank you.
Well, there's a good indication there from the referee. He believes he's seen one, so he's asked George Ayub to rule against the grounding.
Beg your pardon. Sorry, will be an offside advantage.
Here it is, a look at Geordie Reid, the Manly junior. So,
No, sorry, we just here.
as we touched on earlier, he's played plenty of rugby here at the bottom of Sydney Road, and it's this angle, I think, which will show us the ball. Perhaps catching a blade of grass. Maybe our old camera 3, I think they call it, Cafe. I think maybe that captured it best.
I'm sure it is. Billy on camera 3 always does a fantastic job.
It's one of the best in the business, Big Bill. I'm sure we saw it initially.
Hard to see, get an opportunity to see it, that ball hitting the ground. I think he's definitely over the try line. I think the referee's pretty sure he scored it. He hasn't lost it. Just
going in.
Almost see it.
There it is.
There.
There it is.
You calling it down, Shawnee?
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
The tackle over the top there of Tom Hill, trying to wrestle it high and in favour of his team, and just after a couple of seconds here, it just goes down there.
You'd assume after the words of referee Hogan that he will award this because he's asked for proof of no grounding. The referee believed he saw it grounded. He's going to make sure of it, George Ayub.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I believe, well, the ball has been in contact with the ground, so it's a try.
Just as predicted by Stephen Hoyles, Geordie Reid sporting the Mugatu Derelict campaign hairdo. has a try for the Rising, and after falling behind 8-0 early, they've scored 13 straight.
He's one of the players we spoke about before the game, Geordie Reid, a Manly boy. They've produced some good number 7s, good back rowers over the years, haven't they, Manly?
Well, he grew up idolising George Smith. Did Geordie Reid?
Throw in Michael Hooper and you got yourself a couple of tough selections in Team of the Century at the Marlins.
There's Debrasini. Slides in and crushes it right through the uprights. So 18 gone. It is the Melbourne Rising 16 leading the Rays 8. That hairdo's ridiculous. Someone's got to have a word to Geordie.
The balls have ended up on the ground.
It's Manly. You can take the boy out of Manly, Sean.
Angus restarts play for us. Cummins. Here is the try scorer, Reid. Good work that from Killingworth. Excellent play from Killingworth, in fact. The opening try scorer tonight. Made the tackle, jumped to the feet.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, good decision as well there. He got to his feet in time, I felt. And like all good number 7s, competing hard for the ball. I don't think you'll see them take the penalty goal, although Reece Hodge has been known to... I saw a YouTube clip of him kicking it on this field from 70 metres out with the wind.
Had the southerly buster at his back and slotted one, no doubt about it, 75 out. There is the penalty to the Rays. Holmes finds Ward and they skip off the front inside that 5-metre channel. Was Dempsey. Here they go again, the Rays. Hunting. Rough and tough for the moment for the home side. Looking to draw level after opening the scoring. Loose at the back, Scrappy, and the Rising get out of jail on that occasion.
Yeah, I think at some stage there I felt that the 5'8" for the Rays needed to take responsibility of Hamish Angus, and the forwards had about 6 or 7 pick and goes, and it was defended well from the Rising. Seems like once they get down this part of the field, this must be a clear part of their game plan, the Rays, to pick and go around the edges. A little bit unorganised there and forced knock on from Scott Fuglestaller. Rising get a scrum on their line. Will they look to run it here, Cave, or you think Debrasini will put on the big right boot?
I think he should be big right, aiming far left. Chew off plenty of territory. No question about that. A lot of open space. A long way left. Breeze behind him.
Fanger clears to Johansson. And he muscles it up. Turn out from his line, and now they create the angle for Debrasini. And he'll take play just past the 22.
Just see that touch.
Not his greatest strike of the ball at all.
Here comes Tom Hill, pinned on the cricket pitch, well covered cricket pitch. In tight is Holmes. Trying to blast over the top of Meehan. Here's his brother, Josh Holmes. Good shot there coming from the Rising. They read it well and they've won the penalty too. Big hit and then they flooded.
Stay up.
Yeah, he's got the Rays for entering that ruck and going off their feet. And the right decision, because you have to reward dominant tackles in this day and age, and Sam Jeffries is involved in that, got on his feet, tried to contest and wasn't given a clear path to the ruck. It's a fair decision there, and that's the kick Debrasini was looking for. Colby Fanger and Sam Jeffries. And there you can see the Rays coming in from the side and off their feet.
Hope you're enjoying your Thursday night Buildcorp National Rugby Championship action coming to you from Sydney's Northern Beaches. The first time ever Fox Sports is at Manly Oval, delivering you the Melbourne Rising and North Harbour Rays. A footwork here, and the put down is sensational. It's superb from Stacey Illy. And the Rising have gone whack whack.
Not sure if the Rays were prepared for that. They may have been expecting a driving more. There didn't seem too much pressure on the back of that line. Out Debrasini finds a nice little inside ball here to his winger, Stacey Lil, and in he goes. Too easy for him. Again, Debrasini's involved in everything and has been with the Rising for best part of all of last season and the 3 games so far this season.
He is that man looking to whip over the extra 3 points. Lubs it right on through, and it is the Melbourne Rising 24 leading the Rays 8.
Great ability with the ball, Debrasini. Just loves to take the ball with 2 hands to the line. It's probably one of his great attributes, that soft pass, just that ability to lay off the ball. That time on the inside, he'll do that outside, inside. Can really draw players to him and shift the ball beautifully. One of the best pairs of hands, short passing games in the comp.
This one will just catch the 10-metre line as Treloar goes up. It was Cummins who came down with it. Reid. Look like they've got a point to prove tonight. Fox Sports, the Rising, went down last week against Brisbane City. Here's a little dink in behind from Reese Hodge, and that is a clever kick from Reese Hodge. Just punched it low like a 2-iron into the breeze.
Well, as we said earlier, Sean, this is home field. He knows it so well, and his kicking game is one of his strengths. Played a lot of 5'8" as a junior, I was told today, and can cover 10, 12 and 15. A massive signing for the Rebels next season. Was chased by a couple of clubs. I think the Brumbies were interested at a stage, but chosen to go to Melbourne next year. Be good for him.
Reese Hodge looking to use tonight's matchup as perhaps a chance to force the issue in terms of getting a starting spot next year at the Melbourne Rebels. He's certainly big enough to take the field in Super Rugby.
I think he's missed a couple of years through injury, but they won't be short of kicking options, that's for sure, next year, the Rebels, if they have both those on the field at the same time.
Angus props and hits it high, looking for the chase, and it'll fall, and it'll be kind bounce for the Rays. Tyson Davis, this kid can play. Out comes Holmes across to Billy Gaitau. Easy pickings just drifting across the field there. Now it's a bit scrappy for the home team. Ward, he knows just one way, and that's hard, headlong into the defence. Build a tough gear. That's gone backwards. He's Northam. He's so quick. Alex Northam on the in and away. The Somerset. Alex Northam inches short. Wow, we got a glimpse there of the danger man from the Rays, and it was lightning picking and going and then planting it down. I think Killingworth may have another.
We're going to have a look at it.
Northam put them right on the front foot. Try, no try. The question being asked by Ref O'Hagan. Killingworth, the man in the frame. Will we get correct weight, Rod Kafer?
Well, I was just about to send George off for a cup of tea for us both. Can't keep out of the action here. That looks like he's got that on the line.
That's a beauty.
I think that's gone through Fugler-Staller's legs. Caught a little bit of chalk.
Bulk chalk there for Killingworth. This should be his 4th try in 2 games.
The only question is whether he was the last man in that ruck.
Stephen Halls, you're well and truly across the rules and regulations.
I did my best to find loopholes in them throughout my playing career, Sean, but I think that's play on there. I think that's his second try. And again, we speak about the value of the Build Corp NRC, and not many people have heard of Boyd Killingworth, but he's come up through the ranks in the Sydney club competition. He's playing against the Super Rugby back row, and hopefully he gets his second.
Sorry, George, you're scratchy. I can't hear you. Yeah, that's better. Thanks, George. It's going to be a try.
No problem, says George Ayub, our TMO. O'Hagan gives us the numbers. Killingworth has 4 tries in 2 games. Boyd Killingworth, heck of a name, heck of a player. 24-13, the Rising still lead the North Harbour Rays. It's been an entertaining game thus far.
Brilliant lead-up work by Alex Northam, though. He had no right to make that break down the left edge prior to the try. Didn't get much space, but he managed to find him. Looked pretty quick down there to you, Rod.
Yeah, about 30 minutes.
Sorry, I'm just conversing with the great George Ayub over that decision there. He's happy with it, so was I.
Of course he's happy with it.
Angus moves in and looks to draw it through the sticks. Yep, it's all good. We're back to a converted try. The Rising lead. The North Harbour Rays 24 points to 16. 28 gone. Debrasini. The weight is just perfect on the restart. Going up there is Rays big man, Mark Johnson.
Ball's
From
in.
the Gordon Club. He's had a couple of touches early on. Good shuffle on there from
Tackle, release.
Holmes. Fugler had the tackle. Now Josh Holmes. Angus. Debrasini pushing in behind off the boot. And Reece Hodge pounced, and then the angle outpaced. Tough to keep that kick in the field of play.
Yeah, Debrasini, first time he's put a little short one over. Defended well by Hodge, but
Taking that 2 metres back.
just put under pressure on his kick. Sam Jeffries takes a clean line out, and Debrasini throws it midfield.
Trucking it up there is Taliu. And now Debrasini again shows, and now gets around one, slips a pass there to Stacey Illy. He's fun to watch, and he gets his nose through the line. Stacey Illy, Debrasini again. Rubbering in behind. Hodges back to clean up, but we'll go back.
7 White, you played the ball from an offside position. 7 White offside.
He's in everything, isn't he? Boyd Killingworth. That time penalised for playing the ball off his feet. Like any good number 7, they push the boundaries.
No, he lost it. He lost his chance. He hit it back.
Also, they've got a good driving line out, the Rebels. So the Rebel Rising team. They're very low set to the ground forward pack. Looks like they're going a short option here. Might see some running play.
The Arthur.
No, hold.
Direct. Accurate throw to the front. Fugler has at the back. Now weight comes from Reed. They'll do well to hold this out, the Rays. Penalty advantage coming for the Rising. Meehan. Debrasini. Lloyd Johansson. Width on the pass is good as he's held it midfield. Billy Tati was a man pinned.
No advantage coming.
Interesting line out there, Rod, isn't it? You don't often see sides go with short line outs close to opposition's try line. They set it up nicely and got a penalty out of it. Let's see what they do with it again.
Just hold up for a sec.
Yeah, they did it really well.
Come here, please.
I didn't think the defence was too bad from the Rays. Let's have a listen to the
More
referee.
defence has got to be better.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, two times now you've killed their ball by guys coming around the side rather than through them all.
Okay, can you just watch them trying to come in behind between the
Yeah, message Luke, work harder, go through them.
Okay,
Got it.
Got to go through those.
Time on.
There we go, some clear instruction. Now they're back to a full line out.
Good questioning by Captain Holmes there.
Yeah.
Accepting it, but also challenging the referee at the same time. So hard to bring these line-outs down when they get them set up.
They won't set this one. It's over the top, and at the back, Angus pounces on the loose line-out throw. Josh Holmes. And that's touch. Reece Hodge has got plenty on that. That's a huge touch finder.
Oh, he's kicked the cover off it.
Oh, it's gone.
Could have been on the Manly Wharf. He hit it that hard.
No, that's heading north, mate. That's going way north. That's landing at Longreef.
No, I know where it was landing. I said where he started from.
Oh, yeah, he's at the wharf.
He's given it a right thump from way in the end goals.
9, 3, 4, 2.
Cummins again, he's
Oh, 15, Luke, ball still on.
got no dramas bringing that one down. And at the back, and now peels off the short side. Good ball that from Fugler, Staller, and Willie Tati bounces down the near touch line. Meehan. Debrasini across to Johansson, and now the looping ball across to the fancy feet of Stacey Illy. Meehan looking to catch him unawares down the short side. Fayanga manages to stay in the field of play and retain possession.
Off now, 1 second
Well
go.
played, Fayanga. Debrasini across to Reed. Always takes a couple of tacklers to bring Reed down. Debrasini. Debrasini, oh, that is the class of Debrasini in full flight. Big Jack goes in, and the Rising open up a 13-point lead.
Yeah, we talk about him all the time, every game, but it's always nice to sit back and just watch how easy some guys make it look sometimes. Very calm, ball in two hands, couple of dummies here and there, and so tall and lean. He just manages to jump out of a couple of tackles there. Similar to a bit of a Bernie Larkham about him, Rod.
He certainly does, and that's a pretty good wrap. He is a good footballer. I think he's a better kicker than Bernie. Couldn't kick a thing, Bernie, but this kid can. He's got a wonderful right boot, and he's just, every time I see him play, he gets better and better. His ability with the ball is some of the best you'll see. Just taking it to the line, his capability to hold a pass up and time his pass is really of the highest quality.
You wouldn't know that we had a fairly decent dusting of rain half an hour before kickoff. 48 points inside 33 minutes. Extraordinary. Here he is, Debrasini, showed on the inside, now frees up Liafa. That is silky. The build-up here is sensational. That pass, well, Tom Brady could have locked and loaded that and be proud of finding the wide receiver. But the build-up and the interchange of passing right out of the top draw.
Again, that man, Debrasini, finds Pat Liafa on the inside. He passes inside to Lloyd Johansson, who I think could have gone inside to Meehan, but he went for the long over-the-top looping pass, made it difficult for himself, and it went forward about 5 metres. But enterprising play from the Rising. They're really taking advantage of the conditions tonight, and they're not kicking much out of their own end. They're running at almost every opportunity they get.
Fine. Set.
Josh Holmes feeds, big shove comes from the visitors. It's tapped back, and now Angus goes in top to Tom Hill. Lloyd Johansson's up top and looking to play that one back. Stays with the home team. Dempsey, we haven't seen much of Jack Dempsey thus far. He's been limited with his carries. Sam Ward's had a couple of solid runs. Holmes again. Across to Reece Hodge. And he's dropped in a touch by Colby Fayanga. They'll go on quickly, the Melbourne Rising. Masters and Here comes Stacey Ely kicking for himself. Hodges back. Backs himself. Ely backs himself to make the tackle. And good clean out there. But then swooping and picking was Masters. Now he'll come back for the race. Good back and forth there from both teams. Not much angle to work with there for Tom Hill. Boy, oh boy. He's been split, Big Tommy.
Hey guys, there's 4 minutes to go. Time's off for blood as well.
It's like a scene from Braveheart. Got the Highlander down here on the sideline.
Yeah, Mac the Warrior he's called. The Warrior. Mac the Warrior.
Bit of blood, says referee Hogan.
I was telling you guys 30 seconds to form the scrum.
Caught up with Tom Hill yesterday. Hoylesy, he's now a fully fledged. He's good to go as a lawyer. Studies all done and dusted, and says if things don't pan out on the rugby front, he'll hook up with Tommy Coolican from the Sydney Stars, and they'll set themselves up a little practice. Hill and Coolican. Coolican goes second. There you go.
Why does he go second?
Evidently not as good as Tom Hill on the law front. Ooh, Fugler-Staller. Got a face full of Hill cave.
That'll do it, Shawnee. That will do it. Tell you what, it's a convention here of the officials. James Lecky's having a quick look at the camera down here. He's on the... Wants to get a microphone, I think, does James.
Can't help themselves for the most part. Referees. As this one comes back for Fugler-Staller. Runners in motion. Debrasini's one. Back it goes to Ely. Looking to rack up 40 first half points for Melbourne Rising. Killingworth over the top. Unlucky perhaps.
Turnovers happened because 2 didn't roll. 2 wide. First things first, you need to get out.
Well, I thought initially Killingworth had every right to the ball, but explained pretty clearly there by referee Hogan that Luke Holmes had to roll away. Fair call. They're really under pressure here, the Rays. Need to hang on to half time. There you can see Luke Holmes not allowing a decent target for the Rising to clean out.
Tough, mate. Crouch. Bind. Set. Steady.
Shove coming, and it's a good one. Fainga goes to Meehan shuffles it away to Vilitati. Good tackle there. Meehan again. Meehan dives, and on the second shot gets it. The Rising are in. It is 37 points to 16. 37 minutes gone, and that's Benmean's 4th NRC try.
Nice little option off the back of the scrummy. Colby Fainga throws a nice pass, goes to Vilitati, who's taken down just short. Jack Dempsey has a crack at the ball here, and it pops out, and Meehan just jumps off the left foot and wrong foots Sam Ward there and dives under. Never easy for a back row to get the hands on a small, wiry halfback that close to the line. He's happy with himself.
Rod Cafer, this might be a silly question. We're tucked up in the Marquee here at Manly Oval, but your sideline, is this a 21-point breeze that the Rising are running with?
Oh, there's points in this breeze, no doubt about it, but they're looking pretty good, the Rising. Pretty comfortable at the moment.
Debrasini to keep all the kickers perfect. Yes! It's true. We have 56 points in 38 minutes of rugby.
It's just under 2 minutes to go.
It's been end to end, side to side. Some of the tries have been first class. That'll do well to get the 10. It will get the 10, just catches the cricket pitch, and now Mitch Lewis winding up. Shoots it back to Holmes. Across to the bloody Tom Hill. Reed smashed him up top. Can they claw 8 back off the deficit in the shadows of half-time? The North Harbour Rays. There goes Johnson. Luke Holmes. Now through there. Mitch Lewis looking to spin in and out of the tackle. No such luck. And now Josh Holmes. Little layoff there to Tyson Davis. Looking forward to seeing more of him with ball in hand in the second 40. Josh Holmes again. Good defence for the time being from the Rising. That's a solid hit coming from the Arthur. Holmes goes wide to Hill. Sam Jeffries makes the tackle. Billy Gaitau bounces it back. Ben Meehan on Holmes. They're going backwards for the moment. Northam ducked under a high one from Jeffries. Ward, he straightens. Big defence coming from the Rising. 12 phases. They absorbed, and then Fuglasola pounced. And just there, it is Johnson saying, hey, back off, Warchild, to Sam Jeffries.
The long backs. Nothing better than a long back. Russell is there. Former long back yourself, Sean.
Sure.
Is that politically correct?
Long backs? Yeah. It's the genetic makeup of them. Just the length of their back is a lot longer than normal humans.
Yeah, right. Not heard that term.
Surely you've heard of the long backs, Rod?
You know what Rod Cafe is doing right now? He's down there talking to James Leckie, the assistant ref, and George Ayub about what? Who knows?
Mate, I was just about to do the halftime interview.
Forget that. We've got another try coming.
And I'm running back.
There's Ayub.
There's Georgie Ayub.
There's your hand.
Yeah, I'm
Mate,
there.
we've got another 8 points on the way.
Sorry, mate.
Just
I was
park
ready.
it.
I thought we were done.
Here we go. No chance. Not in the NRC. Lloyd Johansson. Cross to Faenga, grubbering it behind. Northam back, and Northam will say, that'll do us for 40 minutes of action at Manly Oval. And at halftime, it is the Melbourne Rising 40, leading the North Harbour Rays 16. 7 tries in total, not a missed kick from the boot of either Hamish Angus or Jack Debrasini. She's been a beauty, and let's get a word now with Rod Cafer.
Yeah, I'm here with Jack Dempsey. Jack, it's a tough first half.
Yeah, definitely. They're all over our ball, and whenever they get it, we let them do what they want. So we need to get a bit tighter with our ball carriers, because they're really hard on the ball there with a 6-7-8, and spread a bit more and talk more on D.
Didn't really get too many opportunities apart from the first couple of minutes to get any rhythm in the attack.
Yeah, definitely. They're really disrupting us in that area. But as you can see, our tight game, when we get close, we know how to put points on the board. But we're making way too many areas down now outside the field, and they're punishing us on that.
Enjoy the second half.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Half-time. A lot of work to do for the Rays. They're behind 40 points to 16. Jeff, what was the message at half-time?
Oh, mate, they're bullying us at the moment. We've got to come back and play the same way and give it to them. Like the tackle contest at the moment, it's a bit of a joke. We're getting killed there, and we've got to really take ownership and it's only way to get ourselves back in. The D will get us back into the game, no doubt.
Best of luck.
Thanks. Thanks, Coach. Cheers.
Jeff Townsend there, former Manly and Southern Districts first grade coach, and now lending his experience to the North Harbour Rays. I've never seen him that animated, that upset. Jeff Townsend.
Pretty clear in his message, felt they were getting bullied, and let's see if they can turn it around in the second half.
40 points, the most ever scored in a half of the Bill Corp NRC. That honour now stays with the Melbourne Rising for the time being. They were red hot in patches in the first half. They're running into the breeze in the second as Mean goes back to Debrasini. It doesn't matter what breeze is up against him. On that occasion, he tries to grub her through. Can kick it a mile into a typhoon can Debrasini. No dramas. Meehan will box kick. And it falls beautifully. Big contact there too. It was Villatati cannoning into Reece Hodge. Two solid and strong fullbacks
Leaving 5.
meeting at full tilt. Debrasini across to Lloyd Johansson. Doesn't kick often, that's why. And here's Hodge. Johansson tries to rip it back, does so, but now it falls to Holmes. Here's Tyson Davis kicking for himself, and on the hunt through there is Michael Adams on for the Rays. That kick's awful for Josh Holmes off the deck. Here's Hodge, and looking for the bounce in a touch, won't get it. Villatati will have a chance to slice down that right side. Big tackle from Hodge across in cover, looking to make up for a kick ordinary by his own standards.
Could have passed, I thought, Villatati, but Debrasini switches inside to Johansson, and he'll always get metres for it. Good offload to Geordie Reid. Great play here. Ruled forward.
Ferretti Saanga. Fall out of the hand of Geordie Reid, and we've opened with a bang in the second half. Rod Kafer.
Yeah, good start. Rising back into the rhythm of the game. And we'll see a lot of running from them now. They're against the breeze, obviously, so they've got to just look to use that when they can. It'll be shorter kicks when they have to, but looking for opportunities down the blind side. Jack Debrasini, we saw again, just his ability to take the ball to the line and lay a pass off, is playing really well. Lloyd Johansson on the outside, a great foil for him to take yards when they need to. And now the North Harbour Rays get an opportunity with the ball. Probably a good chance for them to have a crack here. Rising won't be expecting it.
Ward peels off. Reid. Excellent heads-up play from Geordie Reid. Made the tackle, let Ward go over the top, and then up to his feet and stole for the rising Johansson again. Happy to put boot to ball and rubber it into touch.
Disappointing exit from the Rays there. Always a bit of a concern when your number 8 takes the ball off the back of the ruck, and his other back rowers are late to support him. Felt himself isolated there, Sam Ward, and Lloyd Johansson. Second kick in the second half. Looking for a bit of territory, Lloyd. It looked like they're playing a two-man line out here, the Rays.
Holmes goes long to Ward. That a better carry from Sam Ward. Calls himself the Thursday night specialist after a couple of tries last year in the NRC for the Rays. And big accent, big kick for the Rays to relieve some of that pressure. Not straight, but not contested by the North Harbour Rays, so that's part of our law variation set up here in the NRC. If you don't go up, don't expect to get any favours from the referee at line-out time.
Good rule, that one, Sean.
Off-white.
Ian's been busy. Debrasini has 20 points to his name already through 44 minutes of rugby.
Smart play, that previous line-out from the Rising. They rushed back knowing it was their ball. Went up, uncontested, as you said. Didn't matter, it wasn't straight. Clearly trying to raise the pace of the game. A lot of these Rising players are in full-time programs with the Melbourne Rebels, so they probably feel they can run away with the game.
Athletic take there from Jack Dempsey. Overthrown initially, and
White bodies are on.
youngster from Gordon, who is well liked at the Waratahs. Michael Checker was a huge rap on him as that finds touch. And Halsey, you were in and around Jack Dempsey through last year, and he made his debut at the SFS.
Yeah, and he'll play a lot more footy next year for the Waratahs. Really abrasive back rower, can play 6, 7, 8. Huge future, and a good young guy.
Well, this is good work from the Rays. Killingworth. Now they try to split them through the midfield. High tackle, the call against Lloyd Johansson.
12 tackles come up.
Goes quick. Here goes the try scorer. 2 already by Killingworth. And that looks to be knocked down. And we'll play on. Perhaps not back to 10. That's the call indeed. A couple of set aside for the Bill Corp NRC, and then Cape Sunday morning we've got the Wallabies taking on the USA Eagles at Soldier Field, Chicago. You'll be calling that one too.
Can't wait, Shawnee. Excited by the Wallabies in this last game before they head to the Rugby World Cup, and they will of course play another World Cup participant in the US of A. Can't wait.
It'll be 9:45 a.m. kickoff Sydney time. Wallabies v the USA Eagles, and actually their last hit out before they went across to Chicago, home of the Bears, was here at Manly. They did a few hill sprints, Hoylesy, over at Little Manly, up and down, up and down.
You can find a hill, Michael Checker. Always likes to put the guys through a bit of mental training, as he likes to say. Big on that side of the game, and it's a tactic that's worked for him. He often finds himself running a couple of hills, generally only about 1 every 10 when the camera's there, I find.
Just when the cameras are rolling and clicking.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Holmes finds Johnson. Much better. At the line there is Hill. Langer. Tackle, and now Bergelin. Oh, he gets rocked there by Johansson. We're going to have a bit of a chat here. That won't worry Harry Bergelin. He's tough. As tough as they come.
Stay here, please.
He's got the yellow out already.
12, come here. That's another high tackle. 2 minutes.
He got the warning earlier. And the big Swede went up top again, Kafer. Now he'll park his ample
12, high tackle
pins
again
alongside your ample pins on the sideline.
We need a bigger chair down here now, mate.
Yeah,
I can
get the
tell
bench in. Get the bleachers in for Kafer and Johansson.
Was that a high shot, Shawnee? Did you think it was high? Let's have a look. We'll get a better angle here. Oh, yeah, that's around the throat. We'll call that high.
What? You're closer than we are. What are you asking us for?
Difficult to see. It was his...
We're calling from back on the Spit Bridge. We're that far from the middle.
It was that ambiguous frame of Lloyd Johansson. Couldn't quite make it out.
Doesn't miss. Oh, that's going to come back as Treloar swings his arms up front. That's so scrappy from the Rays. They're better than that. Now they pop to Bergelin. We are Maurice Unger. It is, in fact, over the top, looking to affect the turnover. 15 on 14. It's time to get busy moving. Mitch Lewis can't do that in close. He's swallowed up. Bergelin. Penalty goes to the Melbourne Rising.
arriving player on his feet.
So many players from the Rising can play hard on the ball. That time was Pat Liar for the hooker. And you got a back row of Reid, Fugastola and Colby Fainga. Throw in Pat Liafa. As Jack Dempsey said at half-time, their ball carries and their support to that ball carry isn't accurate enough. And that's, again, probably time where the 5'8" needs to step up and take a bit more control.
Some changes on the field now. We're just starting to get the first drops of rain, Shawnee.
Show and go from Meehan. Geez, quick Meehan now. He's kicking for Illy. He already has 1 try. Hodge is back. Hodge does well, but then it comes loose for Illy, who clears back to Meehan. They go 1-2, the 9 and 11, looking to score the first points of the second half. Fainga bullets the pass across. Debrasini, great width on the play here from the Rising. It's 14 on 15. The Rising are 1 man short. You wouldn't think it at this point, as that gets scrappy for them. Fainga bumps into and out of Tom Hill. Debrasini tucks it in and finds the wrong man. What are the legs like on Luke Holmes. Not real good. They're much better on Hamish Angus. Angus. That's grand from Angus. 40-21. The Rays get the first points of the second half.
And didn't they need it, Sean? It was all the rising. Clear on attack, and that man, Debrasini, as we spoke about, goes to the line. Luke Holmes, the Holmes brothers can pick an intercept. He knows hasn't got 8 in him, but he finds Hamish Angus, and he puts it down under the post for what will hopefully be an 8-point try. Gets them back in the game.
They certainly needed it. Debrasini just looking for runners off him, went to the line, asking for someone to go through a hole. Everybody stood up and thought it was somebody else's job to run for the hole, not Luke Holmes. Great chance to knock this one over into the apartment block across the road.
Hamish Angus smashes it through and onto Sydney Road. 40-24, the Melbourne Rising lead the North Harbour Rays. 51 gone. The kickers are perfect from the tee. Debrasini, the man is shot, and Angus too. We've had 8 tries. 64 points. Half an hour to run. And it's fair to say the defence hasn't been flaky. It's just been all-out attack from both these teams. No one shirked it. It's better as Treloar. Sergeant Treloar, well, that's not the pass that Sergeant Treloar needs to be throwing. This is good, though. This is excellent for Tyson Davis.
He's gone well tonight, Tyson Davis.
Made the most of his 4 or 5 touches. He's one to keep an eye on. Tom Hill kicking in behind. Back is Sam Jeffries. What's his play here? Oh, he's bloody too. Plenty of claret tonight. He hooks it. Does well, Jeffries. As the rain starts to tumble. Hodge. Josh Holmes. Josh Holmes looking for runners. Josh Holmes doesn't need any initially. Josh Holmes still going, and now fires a pass 5 metres forward. Sam Jeffries goes down. He's covered.
Time's off.
In blood. Let's hope the big guy's okay.
He made 2 more tackles.
He still managed to come up with a nice left foot kick. But Josh Holmes, bit of open field play. We talk about that a bit. Dummies, tries to brush out of this tackle. Just knocks on there.
Sorry.
Looks like it was an exhausting passage of play. Notice in the NRC, not one shot at penalty goal tonight.
Oh, thanks.
That adds on average, they say, about 6 to 10 minutes of ball in play time a game. Really challenges the players' lungs.
He loves it. Sam Jeffries, a real character.
Fine.
Bit of panel beating required for Jeffries, and he'll be back out in the middle as a little shower catches us here at Manly Oval. As we touched on at the top of the broadcast, the first time ever Fox Sports has broadcast from the Village Green at the foot of Sydney Road here on Sydney's northern beaches.
Crouch. Fine. Set.
The penalty goes to the Rays here, and downs a call from referee Mr. O'Hagan.
He's got the tight head there. That's what he said there. The tight head from the Rising. Binding collapse. Pretty clear indication there. Conditions probably aren't helping scrummaging either. Rain's starting to fall. Deck becomes a little bit slippery. And the forwards will take it in here.
Treloar, recently graduated as a policeman.
Hightower, they're calling him, I heard.
Hightower's got to get lower here in contact to help his team edge forward. There's Hunting. Just that down the short side. Off 8. The call was against Colby Fanger. He didn't seem to, and now it'll come loose. And a bizarre turn there on the far side in the corner.
Yeah, I don't think those tactics are going to work for the Rays. Although the conditions have just deteriorated, the rising forward pack are standing up to this, and the defence has been very solid all night. I'd like to see it go off the top here, but it won't.
Colby Fanger flopped. Didn't roll. Reed came over the top, got a shot on it. Holmes goes quickly. Holmes, darting. Holmes reaching and so close. Now the muscle arrives. Across it comes to Hill. Hill, he's held up.
It's held up. And coming back for the penalty. 14 blue offside.
Gee, try here and make it interesting for the North Harbour Rays. Down by 16, keeping in mind that converted tries will add 8 to your total. 5 for the try, 3 for the conversion. Penalty goals, just worth the 2. Don't worry about that. No one chases penalty goals in the NRC as Tom Hill tried to edge his way across.
Really direct and reliable centre, Tom Hill, isn't he?
3-time Shoot Shield premiership winner with Eastwood.
Always puts his hand up for hard carries.
And had the greatest Sydney Rams last year and has subsequently come north side.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Holmes forced to scramble it back. Holmes! Oh, yes! Josh Holmes went this way and that and then planted it down. The Rays are right back in this one.
He's very unorthodox, Josh Holmes. He's not your typical number 9, and the scrum is under pressure, but he wrong foots Colby Fanger. You don't see that too often, and he dives in straight under the post. Always manages to find a hole, Josh Holmes. A big, strong halfback with really good vision. And his side needed that.
One of those games where the Rays have been out of it for the whole match. They've been chasing the game. All of a sudden, they pull themselves back into a position after this conversion where they're within a try. And they've got the breeze behind them. They've got everything going for them. Plenty of time left in the game, 22 minutes. They can play field position, sweat off the mistakes from the rising. And once they're in field position, they're a good chance to score.
Certainly are, Rod, and maybe that's got something to do with their assistant coach we just saw on screen, former Wallaby Julian Huxley, running the water tonight.
Here's Killingworth. He's grabbed 2 tonight and now grabbing metres as well after pulling in the restart. Holmes, box kicking, happy to ride that breeze that Rod Cafer described for you. Running left to right on your screens, folks. We're having a whole lot of fun here at Manly Oval. Hope you are at home as well. Hodge. That's got some fizz on it. It'll be tough to bring in with the breeze going every which way. Peppacini, though, he's got hands of a Test cricketer. And that one will just give it a touch off the boot of Hamish Angus.
Smart kick. They know that one thing about Pat Liafa, he's good hooker. The weakest part of his game is his line-out throwing. Good scrummager, good around the game, good carrier. But just his line-out throwing lets him down from time to time. They'll be able to put some pressure on. There he is, Paddy Liafa now. Wet ball, bit of breeze. Worse, many worse conditions than this.
Formerly from the Manly club, Pat Liafa, and just as Rod Cafer predicts...
Contest is on.
Yes.
Scrum's option.
Scrum feed raised, just enough pressure. They just got a man up there, Hoylesy, and that's all you need.
As we said before, the Rising, when they had the chance a few minutes ago, took the opportunity for a quick line out. They didn't get the chance then. The Rays got up in the air. And I don't know too many hookers that would throw it straight tonight. It looks like it's terrible conditions down there now, Rod.
Oh, I've had better nights on the sideline, mate. I can attest to that.
It's a short drive home for you, buddy. Tough it out.
It's beautiful, mate. I love it down here.
You're home in 15. Short arm. Free kick to the Rays. Here come the Rays. Here come the Rays. Here come the Rays. Tom Hill. Oh, yeah. They have come out firing in the second half. Hill makes it a 3-point game. Kick to come.
They got a half arm off this scrum. And Josh Holmes, quick tap. A style that suits the Rays. Here he goes. 10 cuts it to 13 Michael Adams, who gets on the outside. And he gets through the line there. He looks like he's done for all money, but he finds Hill on his outside. And Hill, who we spoke about before, he's been dominant tonight. And he deserves a try, and that's a very important one he scored for his team.
Oh, it's a great support line run by Tom Hill. Sometimes when you get missed out on that cut pass, you have a tendency to just drift out of the game. He put the hammer down, chased the inside break, got on the inside shoulder, and then just drifted to the outside with the play. Scored a nice try.
Angus to keep it perfect from the tee. And it's good. Oh, yeah, it's real good. 40 apiece. North Harbour Rays v the Rising. 61 gone. This is something else in the rain.
80 points with 20 minutes to play.
In the rain. We had 90 points last week. Did that go forward? Yes, it did. Off the restart.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that, Jack Dempsey. Not an easy night to take those kickoffs, but clearly something that needs a bit of improvement from the Rays. And Debrasini's high kickoffs certainly don't help.
Yeah, no, we've got to be still.
Off the park. And in its place comes Harry Rourke, who bagged a try against the Spirit last week. So it's worth remembering, isn't it, Stephen Hoyles, that North Harbour Rays have taken so much belief out of their shock win against the Perth Spirit last week at McGillivray Oval.
Fine.
Now they're up against last year's minor premiers, who've never lost away from home, the Rising.
They've only got one Super Rugby player in their squad, the Rays, and that's Jack Dempsey, playing against a side that's got about 14. And the belief they would have taken from Perth last week is massive, because they've fought their way back into the game.
Tackle!
And they were down by 3 converted tries.
Fanger. They're going to need their big names and experienced players to help get them home in this one. Will the Rising? Rushing it forward there is Pom Simona. Ian just looks left under the view of the hill at Manly, and now they go over the line, and it looks to be held up.
17, come here.
Advantage being played, and
hold up.
Being called out here is
17, come
Rory
here.
O'Connor.
Put yourself on the wrong side. You never made an attempt to roll. It's cynical. 10 minutes.
Oh, wow, this might sting.
I can't control
No warning. Whack goes
17,
O'Hagan
no
on Rory O'Connor.
Yeah, I feel for Rory O'Connor here. I think what he's trying to say is that he felt he was trying to make an attempt at tackle that was held up over the line. Therefore, he didn't have to roll away, but the referee saw it different. And he'll find himself on the sideline. This is a tough time to be penalised. Wrong part of the field.
I think we've got a white sub as well. Come on if you're ready. Sorry, just hold.
Probably did enough
Ray, you
there
captain, please.
to get away. I agree with you, Hoylesy. He did think it was over. In the end, realised he wasn't. He was still in the field of play. Made enough of a move at the end.
Yeah, we're good.
Now they're under some pressure. Down a man in the forward pack. It's going to be a drive.
Cummins. Well, they sack it well, do the Rays.
Great play by Mark Johnson there.
He read it beautifully. Rising yet to score a point in the second half. It's been all the men in the card coloured jerseys. The North Harbour Rays. Meehan goes over the top and in and away goes Masters. Fanger. Just happy to settle there. 10 shy of the raise line. Debrasini. Lloyd Johansson. Lloyd Johansson. Drop by Hill. Here's Illy, and that's knocked on. No, play on. Over the top come the Rays. Johnson looking for the turnover. Can't get it. Meehan. There's room in on the inside for Debrasini. Can't link up.
They're fronting up here in defence, the Rays. They've worked so hard to get back into the game.
Jeffries back on the park after getting stitched up. Meehan across to Debrasini. Can the go-to for the Rising get them back in front? Over the top there is Killingworth looking for the turnover. Makes it to Killingworth. Holmes gets room to clear and smashes it up, and now the chase coming. The chase is a good one. It looks like it's picked up beautifully by... Oh, this is going to be something else as Tyson Davis rocketed up the park.
Well, he may have got tackled into touch, but he did the right thing. He held the ball in these conditions. But it was a turnover from Boyd Killingworth again. He's been outstanding tonight, Sean. And Josh Holmes, when we speak about turnover ball and Josh Holmes, he shanks a kick, but it works. And Tyson Davies flies down the right edge. Look at him go. Great pickup. Had no other options.
In the driving rain, they go long. The Rising. Fanger. Oh, that's an ugly dipping kick. Back to Davis, who has made such an impact tonight. Hodge, oh, he's overcooked it. Hodge overcooks. That'll help the Rising.
He's had a bit of misfortune with his short kicking game tonight, Hodge. We all know how good his long kicking game is. But it might be a battle of territory in the remaining 12 minutes here.
Jeffries down to Meehan. Debrasini had a man on the inside. Goes out to Johansson, and Meehan fishes it out. Reed sharpens the attacking line. Meehan again at a great pass across to Masters, and the rush defence on the outside forces the mistake from the Rising. Tyson Davis, the North Harbour Rays, number 11, has been wonderful tonight as we get a look at some great matches to come. Don't forget you can catch them all on foxsports.com.au. live stream. The UC Vikings, impressive in their first game last week. Winners taking on the Greater Sydney Rams down there at the home of the best steak sandwich in the world, Viking Park, and then it is Sydney Stars back to Leichhardt Oval against the Perth Spirit. And our final game of the round. Oh, I'm looking forward to this one. Country v the City Slickers at the Clive Berghofer Stadium in Toowoomba Sunday afternoon. Don't forget you can stream all that via foxsports.com.au. Watch it on your phone, watch it on your iPad, stream it through your 60-inch flat screen at home via Apple TV. Hoylesy.
Hop on the line, all of that, Sean. So many options available on the line.
Full commentary on the commentary on the World Wide Webs. Hillcorp NRC coming at you from Thursday through to Sunday. And if this is the appetizer, how about dessert come Sunday afternoon? We've got 4 courses and they're all delicious as Hodge sends that one high. You'll be hoping it gets ugly. for the Rising. It doesn't. Masters comes across there to Tuipulotu. Tuipulotu knocks on.
Well, the longer this game goes, it stays locked up. I think the side that'll get the most out of is the Rays. The Rising had the game all but sewn up, you would have thought, with 30 minutes to go, but 3 converted tries in the space of 15 minutes. As Tuipulotu has his first carry of the game. Slippery conditions, and he grasses it.
Just got to get their tactics right now, the Rays, as they try now to chase this game, a game that was gone for all money 20 minutes ago. They're back in it. Just got to understand running the ball's okay. Got to run it enough so you can get a good kick and control field position hard to come from 60 or 70 metres.
Here's Hodge. Lewis. Now they're happy to put it in the air and test the receiving skills there.
It's like they were listening to you, right? A couple of hit-ups and then they put it on the boot.
Well, it's hardly did well to bring it in. Now Debrasini holding up. Covering defence coming from the Rays. And now they're scrapping. Oh, they're scrapping so well, the Rays.
Great work by Michael Adams as Josh Holmes puts it on the boot again.
Kicking for Davis. Back is Tom Simone. He'll be hoping for that one. Runs back.
We've had some forwards kick the ball tonight.
Oh, it was an ugly bounce. It was a shocker. Debrasini again, that little dummy ball in 2 hands, makes space. And then just the intercept player slips over. Good option again from Josh Holmes. Kicked the ball really well. Now they've got field position, the home team. Here's an opportunity.
Vance Elliott finds Bergelin, the Manly Marlin teammates. And Sydney's shoot shield.
Tackle!
Holmes. Oh, jarring shot there from Pomsimona. Wow. And now exploding and going through his Tuipulotu. Meehan has the man who started it all with a huge hit. Simona keeps the ball alive. Reed across to Ely. Ely in and away. Fence past 1. Now drop 5 short. Meehan telling 8 minutes coming up. Here's Simona switching to Cummins. Short ball, Rising go in. Fayanga puts the Rising ahead once more. That is a terrific try from the Rising.
And Colby Fang has been outstanding tonight, but he can thank his back row teammate that just came on the field, Pomsimona. He pulled off a huge hit all the way up the other end of the field. Here you see it now. Flies out with the left shoulder. Ball pops out, the Rising go all the way down the other end. And it's Debrasini again, throws the last pass on several occasions tonight for Colby Fanga.
20 seconds.
A big important kick now. This game right in the balance.
Debrasini has not missed a shot all night. This to make it a complete evening. No. So it remains a 5-point game, 7 a run. The Rising leading the North Harbour Rays. That try to Colby Fanga, their only points of the second half. It has been all the home team. Extraordinary run of rugby.
See that coming. No, it's been played before 10.
Played before 10's a call there from
What are you going to have, fellas?
our referee, Mr. Hagan. Simona, gee, I wouldn't be running anywhere near him, Rod Kafer. He rocked Nick Fraser in the lead up to that try. Oof.
He's got that classic hit and stick frame. certainly put a number out there, and great shot.
Great shot. Got some great TV coming up hard off the back of this NRC game. Rugby HQ. The gang are back there at Fox Sports, ready to get you through your last hour of rugby on a Thursday night.
Who's there tonight, Sean? Here we got McArdle.
McArdle will be there.
Of course.
I think John Eels was there. I think they're eating sushi right now, watching on, catching the action here. Have you done anything for the show tonight yet?
Not yet. No. So they always have sushi when Eels there. We know that.
Doesn't like cucumber.
Won't touch it.
No. He's all about teriyaki chicken and avocado. Let's see what the Rising are about as Debrasini pushes off one and now eases onto the accelerator. Ely's out wide and the pass is forward. The pass is forward out of the hands of Debrasini.
Forward out of the hands. It's a race strong.
Well, it's hard to criticise him. He started the break, he ran 30 or so. The option was there, but tough night. Here he goes, gets on the outside. Hamish Angus.
Thank you. Good.
He tries to link up with his winger, but pass was ruled forward. Stacey Ely can't hold it.
And now back to the full complement. The home team. Cummins, he's been good tonight. So too Jeffries. The Rocks working well in tandem for the Rising. They've been busy.
Fine. Set.
They're going to go under the microscope here. The Rays front row and Ward's at the back over the top. They're looking for the turnover. Good clean out though from the Rays. And they ping the pass across. This is dangerous stuff in front of their sticks. Still plenty of time to go if they just want to play field position, and that's what Reece Hodge is happy to do. Chips it up high, and it'll come down and be taken quite easily for the visitors. Reed.
17 out! He's out. Leave him now.
Liafa pumping his legs in tight. Ward's over the top looking for the turnover. Can't get it. Debrasini again, big gate, but he loses it on that occasion. And 4 to run, 5-point game. What's the play here?
Well, I think they'd probably prefer anything other than set piece, the Rays. They seem to do so well off turnover ball. As Rod said before, probably have to try and take one carry and then look to get a bit of territory.
You haven't scrummaged that well tonight. Not a great deal of tight heads here on the Northern Beaches. Really struggling for tight head players. Found themselves under a little bit of pressure in the scrum tonight. There's another chance here. We'll just have a close look. Under pressure again. Done well to get it out.
Across they come on the switch. And now Hodge freeing up. Oh, it's no room to move there for Tyson Davis. Asking a bit too much of this talented young winger.
Well, the idea was right, but they just ran out of space.
Would have liked to have seen a little bit of maybe a two-phase play, just one hit off to the right and then really try to stretch the team far back on the left. I think if they could have set something up there. It's wet nights, you want to stay away from the sideline because you get tackled 5 metres from touch, you'll often slide into touch. Those wingers just needed to think about where they wanted that ball to be.
Knocked on though from Jeffries, so still alive are the North Harbour Rays. It's a tough pass from Angus to Hill. It is slippery out in the middle here at Manly Oval. Can they go through the phases and put themselves in try-scoring position? North Harbour, Angus. Roger Hansen told to release, and 2 to run.
Discipline! Discipline, boys!
The Rising get their line nicely set, just standing off players. And They help there, Burgelin, as he's wrestled towards the touchline. They keep it alive. The Rays. Tackled there is Rourke, the replacement lock, and now across it comes to Adams. Over the top is Faianga. He loses his feet. Over the top is Reid. Faianga.
They should look to go quickly here, the Rays.
6 blue playing the ball on the ground.
Oh, maybe the smart play here. Kick into that far left corner. Should be able to find touch if you're good within 10 metres.
Reese Hodge looking to peel off as many metres as he can, and he finds touch.
Not too bad, 17, 18 metres out. Just would have loved to have seen him just take his time there, really pick his target into the corner. Because with only 45 seconds to go, a line out 5 metres out, and you are a real good chance to score. 15, 17 metres out, it's a bigger ask.
It's their last swing, you'd have to say, the Rays. They don't compete in the air, the Rising, and now the Rays have to try and construct with just 20 seconds to run on this one. Over the top, Faianga, that'll be a penalty, no doubt about it. Yeah, big play from Colby Faianga. Where were the Rays men to clean that player out?
Well, they were at the front of the line out, which is always a problem when you win it at 2.
Full time at Manly Oval. It has been a point-scoring shootout with the visitors. The Melbourne Rising keeping their undefeated away record intact. They get home 45 to the North Harbour Rays 40.